Hey folks, welcome back. So today we have Tanmay with us. He'll be sharing how he landed into DeepIntent with a 20 LPA offer coming from a tier 2 college.
So, how did he do it? What roadmap did he follow? And how you can do it too? We'll be covering everything. So, without wasting any time, I am Madhav,
I am Tanishq
and
and
let's
let's
get
get
started.
started.
Hey Tanmay, we are super excited to have you as our guest today on today's podcast. We'll be hearing from you your story and like how did you get into deep intent, and what will follow during the conversation uh, how the process is, the interview process is, and everything. So just be yourself, just share your story naturally, and we'll keep it fun, insightful, and candid.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Madhav. Thanks, Tanishq, for having me on this podcast. I'm really excited
Yeah.
to have conversations with you.
Sure, sure. So let's start with a quick introduction. That which college are you from and what is your branch?
Yeah. So actually, I was from PICT, Pune Institute of Computer Technologies. I have studied for computer science there. Pursued my BE in 2024. Yeah. So that's all from me. And currently, actually, I am working on Deep Intent for SD role for backend development in Java and Spring Boot. Apart from that, I have done internship in the company named PubMatic.
Okay. So was Deep Intent part of your campus placement or like did you apply externally? What was the case?
No, Deep Intent doesn't go on campus. It was completely off campus process. So I got the opportunity after cold mailing and doing LinkedIn surf. So yeah.
Okay.
During our like internship tenure, like the last semester of the college, we were like me, my friends were doing cold emailing to every HR of different companies, applying for the jobs or having the opportunities there for fresher roles. So we have asked for deep intent HRs as well. So they told that be in sync, there can be some opportunities in June, July. So yeah, so I was in connection with them, and that's how I get to know that when they have posted about this opportunity, so I get to know and I applied for that on their portal.
Nice to know. What sparked your interest in computer engineering?
For the computer science, actually, I would give credit to my brother. He told me about this journey. So yeah, I pursued that thing.
There are basically very less number of people who are actually interested in computer science. Mostly follow the trend that everybody is going into computer science, so I should also go. So glad to see that someone is actually passionate about it and following the computer science field.
See, I was sure that I don't want to go for biology because if I go there, if I go there, then I will need a doctor for myself. So yeah, I was sure that I want to go for engineering. But yeah, for the spotlight of computer science, I would give credit to my brother.
Okay, nice, nice. So we saw on Glassdoor and Ambition Box that Deep Intent offers around 18 to 20 LPA. Besides the salary, were there any perks or benefits that caught your attention?
Yeah, so I would like to highlight the 3 points for this. First of all, the salary structure is different for different individuals. Like there are many roles in the company, like an
Okay.
SD or a QA or a SRE. So yeah,
Hmm.
the salary is different for all of them. And the second thing is Deep Intent is a highly stable startup at the end. So
Correct.
startup have
Correct.
different wages, different roles. It starts for all, like I am saying about like at average level, that it starts from 7 to 8 LPA for any startup and it goes up to 20 or 25. So it completely
Okay.
depends on the startups as well. Yeah. So, and the third thing which I focus is which I personally focused is, which is quite important for the freshers, that you have a trade-off between the salary and and the learning curve. So if you have, like, let's say I have worked on different technologies like Kafka or let's say Druid or something. So most of the juniors didn't get that opportunity most of the times in the companies. But I got that opportunity. To, of course, there is some trade-off between them. So considering all those, the numbers you have taken, it's your research, but yeah, that's the fact that I have to you. So I
Yeah.
completely focus on learning code, to be honest, because I'm a fresher right now. The salary structure वो लोग decide करेंगे ऐसा है.
So let's talk about the preparation journey, the solo grind before your placements. So when did you start preparing seriously for the placement? Was it the gradual process or the sudden switch?
No, it was a gradual process. There are nothing like sudden, to be honest. Okay. I have, to be honest, my journey was in development. Right from my first year, I have started with PHP, then Django, then Flutter. I have started working around Golang as well. So I had this path before, and that actually helped me to develop my skills in development, creating the websites, creating the apps. And when I got in third year, when I got to know with from my seniors that for interview process, this is not enough. You should have the knowledge about DSA and all. So I started working with the LeetCode and all for that purpose. Yeah. So for my interview and all, I have focused on these things like DSA as well as the development, which is required.
Okay. And how did you approach like competitive codings? Apart from lead code, what platforms helped you the most?
Yeah, so like I have worked with code forces because in PICT it is a environment which is provided by the seniors that the everyone in the PICT does competitive programming. So they follow code forces. Some of them also follow code chef. Most of the people like when they have interest for problem solving, they follow these platforms. But when it comes to interviews, we follow GFG and LeetCode for the purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about aptitude and CS fundamentals? Like, did college cover it well, or did you have to learn it on your own?
So about aptitude and all, see, college, any college, not about my college, college can provide the path. Like these are the things that you need to prepare for the interviews. But how you
Correct.
are going to do that, you need to figure out by your own. So yeah, I have also figured out by my own. I would recommend GFG. It is the best websites for all those things. So for aptitude and all, India beats GFG. I have gone through that thing. And for this what CS fundamentals, I have referred different YouTube tutorials and all. So there is a individual gate smashers which I have started with. Then Lakshay, if you guys know about him,
Mm.
so Love Babbar's friend he is, and he has provided two playlists about OS and DBMS. So I prepared it from that. And apart from that, based on the requirements like OS and CN, I have read it from GFG articles as well. So that was
Okay,
for
okay.
CS fundamentals.
So did you work on resume building or mock interviews or soft skills as well?
Yeah, so as I told you, I have an elder brother in the same field. So most of the times I used to ask him like what can be the improvement, but he was just not the sole source for that. I used to connect with my seniors as well, which had just passed, like they are 1 year elder.
Mhm.
So there was one thing in my college journey that I was a part of a club, IEEE club. So there were a lot of seniors I was in connection with. So for deep intent, the process was initially we had provided the resumes on their portal.
Mhm.
Correct.
Uh, After that, after resume shortlisting, I got a call from HR that we have technical rounds and all. So there were four technical rounds for deep intent, and
Hmm.
there was no such as HR round. But in those four rounds only, there was kind of techno HR rounds there. So I had gone through the process. Like I have initially given some interviews as well, so I was known like how situational based questions can be asked. So yeah. For deep intent, initially I would go through the technical process, how things work. So round one was completely based on the CS fundamentals and the DSA, so problem solving skill and the fundamentals that I know. So DSA was medium to hard LeetCode problems. Started with stack queue and may go to tree and graph based on the requirements and based on the interviewers as well. So based on the CS fundamentals, it started with DSA problem solving. There were three questions asked for DSA. Then OOP because the role was regarding backend Java. So
Mm-hmm.
OOP was the phase. Then DBMS was the phase. Then they also asked for because UI was also a part of like the role. There were two roles.
Okay.
So they have asked me the questions regarding UI like React.js and HTML, CSS fundamentals as well, some JavaScript fundamentals as well. And when they saw my resume, they get to know that I have some internship experience. So they expected a question on design pattern, which I have answered to them. So yeah,
Okay.
that was the key.
So you mentioned about the competitive coding, right? So was it hands-on coding or more about explaining the logic and thought
It
process?
was it was more about thought process. So
Mhm.
like how I approach the problem. I in between I remember I got stuck as well. So they have provided like a kind of hint that I you can go for this way as well, and that's how I was able to solve the problem. Yeah, but it was more like knowing the thought process of the interviewee, like for me.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was the whole scenario for problem solving. So yeah, they were focusing on lead code problems only.
Okay, okay. And all the two technical rounds, first two basically, you were asked to code. So was it on pen or paper, or you were given a specific laptop or IDE to code on?
No, it was on pen on paper. So like it was
Okay.
more like explaining the logic. So there was one thing that I want to tell that most of the times it happened that I got stuck. Still, what I was thinking, I was writing it on paper. So interviewer was getting what actually I am thinking. So as I
Hmm.
told you, they wanted to know my thought process, like in which direction I go for, and that's how the thing worked for them. So yeah, so that was on pen and paper.
Uh, and were there any tricky or memorable question that caught you off guard?
Yeah. See, as I told you that I was in internship phase and all, so they were expecting that I should have knowledge about HLD and all. So yeah, system design was something, and that caught me in second round. So in second round, I was asked to build a system for their company. So there is some reimbursement process and all. So that was quite a generic question. It was not in like on website and also they told me that this is our reimbursement system, this kinds of reimbursement we do, and this is the platform. You have to build this by your own. So what will be the process? So he asked me everything about the DB schema, which I will create the API structure or the contract, and how the UI will look like. So
Hmm.
second round was quite like it actually put me in the stage that I need to think a lot in terms of everything, in terms of DB architect, in terms of API contract, and in terms of the UI structuring and all.
Correct,
So
correct.
it was like that. For UI part, they were more focusing on React.js and TypeScript. So the
Hmm.
individuals which had that skill set got opportunities more. See, as I
Okay.
mentioned before, that Deep Intent is a startup. So they mainly focus on those individuals which have that skill set. So yeah, for UI, React.js and TypeScript was the thing. And for mainly the backend individuals, Java Spring Boot was the focus.
Okay.
Okay. So So let's talk about the third and fourth round, which was techno-managerial round. So what kinds of questions were asked apart from scenario based and like you said that scenario based and behavioral based were a main gist of it, right? So apart from that, did you also code in those two rounds, or you were uh, basically you did not code and all you did was explain the logic?
Yeah, so the both the rounds, third and fourth round, had technical aspect as well as the situational based questions. And the third
Okay.
round had one more thing. I will tell you about that. So in third round, I was asked the questions based on OOP, so object oriented programming, and like after having those questions, they were giving the situations like if this class goes there, then what will happen if I want this type of change. So I got the
Mm.
idea that it is not just OP, it is going for design patterns, and they were shifting for that. So yeah, it was, yeah, I got the idea, and I told them I know the design pattern. I directly told the name and I given the solution. So they were kind of like they were kind of satisfied at the end, because I was known, not just known to the fundamentals, but I was also known with the system design concepts that a 1 year experience guy can have. So yeah, so that I learned those things in my last semester only during my internship phase and all. So yeah, that thing worked over there. So for like first half gone with that. The second half was more like I had domain knowledge about the deep intent. Like deep intent works in what company. I have gone through their website and all, and I have worked with those things. So second phase was where that the domain knowledge as well as the techno HR questions, the situational based questions. Like what will you do in in this stage or in this situation? So it was like more like, do I fit in the company and the in the role? That sort of.
So for situational questions preparation, maybe you can go to GFG situational questions or techno-managerial questions, and
Right.
you can prepare for it.
Right. So we have prepared from that only. GFG was the main source for preparation in our process. But
Mhm.
let's say if we got stuck in anything, like we have friends, we generally ask the question like what interview questions you had asked. So
Mhm.
we get to know our idea like these types of questions can also be asked in the college times. So yeah, I was prepared for those things. I generally prepare the questions and I just used to answer myself ki how I'm going to present in that situation. Yeah.
Nice, nice to know.
Okay, let's relive the winning moment. And when you got the offer in your hand, maybe you received a mail from DeepIntent and welcome aboard.
Right.
So how how were you feeling? What was your feeling? And whom did you tell the first key I got the offer?
So actually, after my fourth round, I was sitting for a half hour because they told me to sit. Okay, they were like, "Ki, there can be one more interview or you will get the result." So actually, I was told the result on the same day. But
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I was like, there were 4 rounds and I haven't eaten anything. So I was kind of dizziness and I was not feeling well. And in that dizziness zone, when I get to know that I got selected, I was like, yes, कुछ तो कर लिया भाई, कुछ तो crack कर लिया. But yeah, I was more happy and I would say more satisfied than happy that okay, the hard work paid off. And yeah, the first call I made to is my brother. I called him, I told him that I got selected. So he was like, uh, he was not able to answer anything. He was just quiet because he was not able to digest the thing. Because I'm living with him only. So he was known that how much pressure I had before that interview because of preparation. Because I was already as an intern for a company. I was working for them as well. So I didn't got
Mm.
a time for interview. So yeah, he was happy. He was quite satisfied, and yeah, that's all for that. And फिर घर पे आने के बाद में I called mom, dad, and yeah, they were excited, they were happy. But yeah, overall it was fine. It was really satisfactory, I can say.
Also, you mentioned ki like you were feeling pressurized when you're preparing for the interview. So just wanted to check like how did you stay chill? How you balanced your mental health along with your preparation?
Uh, as I told you that I was an intern in a company before as well, and I had PPO for that company.
Mm-hmm.
So I have gone with one mindset to deep intent कि भाई कुछ नहीं हुआ तो मेरे पास एक बैकअप तो है. I am not like कि भाई बेरोजगार नहीं रहूंगा मैं, ठीक है. And that was the only thing that kept me calm. The other people were more thinking about the results or how things are going to work. I was more thinking about the process. So
Mm-hmm.
like in round one, I got stuck with OOP. So in the gap of round one and round two, I prepared for OOP for the OP notes. We had 10-15 minutes for that. So I was preparing for OP. So I was answerable for the questions in round two and round three in the OP. So that's what the key is. That you didn't need to take the pressure on yourself when it comes to the D day. Before that, of course, there was a pressure. I was not prepared much. But yeah, on the D day, you need to keep calm, and that's the only solution for that.
And how you stay calm during your preparation of like third and fourth year? Like along with the preparation journey, how did you stay calm? What activities do you do?
So, during my preparation, not just about deep intent, in my placement journey as well,
Mm-hmm.
I had done one good thing that I was going to gym. I'm not going to it right now, but I was going to gym, so I had quite channelized my energy towards one thing. So, because of that thing, I can say that I was I was more in discipline, and when the person is in discipline, it like things other things work accordingly. So the keeping calm or having perfect sense, like what is going on, the sense of all things, the attention and all. So those things work for me. Yeah. So involve yourself in some activity which can build a discipline, something I cracked for myself. And
Agree.
yeah, that's why it worked.
Agree.
So Tanmay, now you've joined Deep Intent. So what does your current role look like?
So I am a software engineer, probably more specifically a backend developer in Java and Spring Boot.
Mm-hmm.
And apart from that, I also work for UI part as well, for some part like for in React JS and TypeScript. Yeah, so I'm more aligned towards backend development, and sometimes I also do for UI work and all.
Okay, and what technologies or tools are you working with currently?
So tech tools and technology. So technologies, I am working with Java, Spring Boot, and tools like Kafka, Kubernetes, Docker, Redis, Druid, and many more, ClickHouse and all. So there are many tools which we use for the search.
So is your role more aligned with backend technologies or is it more aligned with the data engineer part?
So it's more aligned with backend technologies. So building the APIs and API contract for UI is the major job. So like building the feature for like our clients and all. That is the major part which we do.
Nice. Okay. Can you dive us into like how the work-life balance is in Deep Intent and how is the work culture there?
Work culture is absolutely perfect. Like I have like seen the seniors working about their work culture and all, but I haven't seen better work culture than Deep Intent or heard about Deep Intent better. To be honest, we have 2 working days on office
Mhm.
and 3 work from home days, and they have maintained a work-life balance well. So like we if we required a break or if we require work from home request for like for a longer time with a particular specific reason, they allot it easily. But the one thing which I have observed is when I get stressed much, I can directly tell my manager that see I am not able to handle this thing or this work specifically. So he manages the things in the team accordingly that I should not get pressurized or like what you can tense. So that liberty which we have provided by the company is absolutely the best thing or the fantastic thing that an employee can have.
Nice, nice to know. So, like work-life balance is one of the most important thing that gets ignored in the corporate, but nice to know that Deep Intent has great work-life balance.
Kudos to the management, to be honest.
So for students who are currently preparing, can you just break down the best preparation roadmap for landing a role at Deep Intent?
Yeah, so for deep intent, I would say the first thing, as I mentioned, it is a startup. So you should have knowledge on React.js, TypeScript, or Java Spring Boot. So if you have hands-on any of these tech stack, then your chances develops. It's not necessary that it's completely a technology-oriented interviews, but it develops your chances. The first. The second is you should be a problem solver. Like you should not just mug up the solutions of like whatever proposed in the sheets, SD sheets and all. You should be known like why these things is happening behind the scenes. And like you should be stronger in your CS fundamentals. Like OPDBMS is the priority for them. And if you have all these things, then a little bit of system design actually boost up your your chances in getting deep intent. So like one of my friend was asked to design tic-tac-toe game. I was asked to develop a reimbursement system. So such kinds of things, like they basically test the thought process by asking such questions. So yeah, the more explored person in this internet world will definitely crack those things easily. So yeah.
So, if you could pick up just three focus areas for someone aiming for deep intent, what would they be?
So, as I mentioned, the first is the problem solving skills or the critical thinking that can be observed through DSA and system design. The second is the CS fundamentals. The OOP and DBMS are the key for cracking the deep intent. And the third one is more specifically the role fit. Like if you are able to handle the situational based questions, then of course that things also help. That doesn't mean that it will 100% your chances. The first two are the major key things for this. And yeah, apart from that, if you have, as I mentioned, React.js and Spring Boot in your tech stack skill set, then it actually helps you in the interview process and all, because the questions are asked around that.
Okay, so let's uh, wrap this up with something fun and very reflective. Just you don't have to think much. Just say whatever the first thing that comes to your mind. So if you had a rewind, if you had to rewind your entire placement journey, what would it be? And if you want to give it a movie title to that, what would be the movie title?
Oh, it's ups and downs. You have you like it's everybody's journey. You have ups and downs. You have that like you have seen those things. Anything comes in the process. Like CGPA nahi tha, to फिर you didn't get a chance for interview and all. So it was more up and down, but at the end it was satisfactory. So I can say up and down is something.
Hmm.
Okay. A moment you'd live to, like you love to relive again, like the moment from your college time.
Actually, we were from COVID batch, unfortunately. So our college life was of 2 years only. But yeah, I can say it's more a personal question. So I will say I will go back to COVID times, and actually I can relive that moment, the time with my family, the quality time with my grandparents. They are no more, but yeah, when they were, so
Mhm.
I can spend more time with them.
And one thing you would do differently if you had a time machine in
Time machine.
the interview process.
इन द इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस, हाँ, एक दिन पहले जाके मैं क्वेश्चंस बता सकता था बट लाइक अगर टाइम मशीन है सो आई कैन लाइक probably go back to COVID and again I can prepare myself more for like problem solving and all. I haven't prepared for code forces or anything that other people do in CP world. I was more aligned towards development. But if I had chance, I will definitely go back at that time and will prepare for that.
Okay, so what's one piece of advice that you would give to students who are feeling stuck, are nervous or unsure about their placement journey, and they just want someone to just guide them? So, will you be their guiding light, just like
See,
your brother was yours?
yeah, I am available for any individual. If anybody wants help or any advice, I can. But I would like to give like two advices to the people. The one is the good advice, and the second one is, matlab, the one is the good thing that which I have done, and the one is the bad thing which I have done as well. So the first good thing is involve yourself in one activity apart from this technical world. Like as I mentioned, I was going to gym and all. So have that thing, have that discipline, so that it will not just, you will not get burned too much in just the like interview and the preparation and all. So that is one good thing which I have done, and one should follow that. And the second one is, don't compare. To be honest, like, that individual got selected for an interview, or he got a chance, he has done the cheating or anything. It's more like your journey. You have your path, you have your roadmap. Just prepare for that. And I have done the same mistake. I was looking on other people, and I was thinking like, why I'm not getting a company. I'm doing my, I was I was like 4 months, I didn't get a job offer after in our placement journey. So I actually got fed up for that. But after thinking like at a greater maturity level, that these things will not change my results. The only thing will change is my preparation. So that mindset actually helped me to get in the companies or in the corporate one. So yeah, that one bad thing which the comparison that every individual should avoid.
Very well said. Very well said. Yes.
So, thank you, Tanmay, for taking your time to share your journey with us today. Your insights were super insightful and inspiring. The clarity and depth you brought will definitely help the students who are preparing for their journey and navigating the same path. Wishing you tons of success and at deep intent ahead.
Yeah,
And
thank you,
beyond.
Anish. Thank you, Madhav. Thank you.
So thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe, and drop a comment below. We would love to hear your thoughts. See you in the next one.